You might have heard that living wills are just instructions to, quote, pull the plug, but that's far from the truth. Stay tuned to discover why that's a dangerous misconception. Today I'm going to debunk the myths surrounding living wills, medical powers of attorney, and advanced directives for healthcare. I'm going to show you how they truly function to ensure that your healthcare wishes are respected. Now, living wills often get a bad rap due to some misunderstandings. In reality, a living will is essential for outlining your medical preferences. Like, what kind of treatment do you want to have if you find yourself in a situation where you need to have life-sustaining treatment? So let's clear up the misconceptions together. I'm estate planning attorney Mike Smith with Smith Barid LLC, and I'm one half of these estate planning guys. And I've been practicing law for 28 years, and I've been focused exclusively on estate planning, and we've helped thousands of families to navigate important decisions around their estate planning. So I'm here to shed some light on this critical topic. Now, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how living wills and medical powers of attorney work together to protect your healthcare decisions. I've seen several estate planning attorneys on YouTube suggest that living wills might not be necessary and could even be problematic. I think nothing could be further from the truth. They argue that living wills are rigid instructions to withdraw life support and they could override your family's wishes. But that's really a fundamental misunderstanding of these documents and how they're intended to work. A living will is a document that outlines your wishes for medical treatment, including life-sustaining measures like a ventilator, CPR, feeding by tube or other means, hydration by tube or other means. If you become incapacitated, that's when these instructions or an outline of your wishes come into play. It's not a blanket order to withdraw care, but it's a way for you to communicate clearly what your preferences are with respect to these types of end-of-life treatment and to help your family avoid the situation that occurred in the Terry Schiavo case where there was a dispute about what she wanted and what kind of life support she would want or to have withdrawn. And they spent tens of thousands of dollars, I'm sure, on attorney's fees. They went back and forth to the Supreme Court over about a decade. And that's just not the situation that you want for your family. So giving them clarity on what your wishes are is super important. By the way, if you find the information that we provide on this channel helpful, then please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more estate planning tips. Some attorneys also mention that without a living will, a healthcare power of attorney can suffice. However, that overlooks the critical function of a living will in providing guidance to your healthcare agent. Remember, the living will is not a set of instructions. It's not an order to the doctor or the hospital. It is guidance for that healthcare agent that provides them with an idea of what your wishes are when you find yourself in a situation like this. Remember, you can't communicate anymore, so you've written down ahead of time and said, here's what I want you to do. Here's how I think about these things. Your agent on your medical power of attorney is supposed to take that into account as well as the other circumstances that surround the situation. So what they know about you and your values and how you have communicated over the years about what you would want with respect to life support, what they think about things. And they're supposed to take all of that into account as well as this guidance that you've given them. The medical power of attorney, it just appoints someone that you trust to make decisions on your behalf. It doesn't tell them what they have to do. The living will, the second document, provides them with your documented wishes. So you've written down what you want, and it helps them to make informed choices that align with your values. It's not an order. It's not a set of instructions. Those are different documents, and I'll talk about those in just a minute. Together, these documents, the healthcare power of attorney and the living will, ensure that you've taken the guesswork out of making sure that your wishes are respected and that your family isn't left guessing about what you would want during a particularly difficult and emotional time. In some states, we combine these functions into one document called an advanced directive for healthcare, but it's important to understand that these are two distinct purposes that we have with this document if it's one document. So you could either have two documents, a living will, a medical power of attorney, or you could have one document. In a lot of states, it's called an advanced directive for healthcare. All these documents are generally referred to as medical proxies. And it's important to understand that we've got two things. Number one, we're appointing someone to make these decisions for us that we trust to do the right thing. And number two, we have an outline of what our wishes are in specific situations. If you want more information on estate planning topics like this and other things, then check out our free resources from the link in the description. We have lots of actionable tips to help you get started on your estate planning. Now, some believe that signing a living will means that your doctors will ignore your family's wishes. That is not correct. Your living will is not even given to your doctor unless someone shares a copy with him or her. Your living will guides your appointed healthcare agent. It does not replace their judgment. It's about providing them your guidance, not rigid orders. And they're to take that guidance into account as well as the other circumstances involved to make the decision they think you would make under their circumstances. Additionally, it's important to understand that a living will is not the same as a DNR, which is a do not resuscitate order. A DNR lays out specific circumstances and says, if I'm in these circumstances, I don't want you to resuscitate me. So if my heart stops, I don't want you, for example, to use CPR to bring me back. That's what a do not resuscitate order is. And the other kind of document that you may have heard of is called Physician's Orders for Life-Sustaining Treatment, or a POLST. And that document is something that you create with your doctor that gives the doctor specific instructions about what you want them to do. So we've got a lot of different things at play here and ways that we can direct our doctor as to what we want them to do, or we can put someone in place to make those decisions. But it's important to understand that a living will is not an order to your doctor. It doesn't tell your doctor or your hospital to withdraw treatment. It is guidance for your healthcare agent as to how you would make these decisions given the circumstances. And they take that information and all of the surrounding circumstances and what they know about you, and they make a decision based on that. So the living will is just overall broader guidance about your treatment preferences. To recap, living wills are crucial for communicating your healthcare wishes, especially when paired with a medical power of attorney, or together. Those two things can be together in an advance directive for healthcare. And understanding these documents, it helps you and your loved ones make informed decisions during what are going to be difficult times. So imagine that your family's gathered together, you're in the hospital, you're on life-sustaining treatment of some sort, and they need to make decisions about your treatment. Giving them this guidance in advance is a gift to them. It allows them the freedom to make what they think are the right decisions without feeling a lot of guilt about it. So thank you for watching this. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. We offer lots of insights on estate planning and how to secure your future. I'm Mike Smith with the Estate Planning Guys.